If you look closely at the cavernous interior of our rental vehicle, you might spy a downhill bike. That there dual crown bike belongs to me, Florida man. Why, you ask? Well, you see, I'm a nervous rider, but I'm a well-to-do nervous rider with a sugar mama. So instead of renting clapped-out DH bikes for park laps, I decided to get my very own big bike. See, that's just one less thing to worry about. I actually got a smoking deal on that bike, so what I paid for it actually works out to about the same cost of bike rentals for 7 park trips. So in this video, the big girl makes her first payment towards that debt. Nick and I were dying to ride these big bikes, but especially for the shakedown ride, I really wanted to go to a park that I'd ridden before, but Whistler's closed to America, and Snowshoe still hadn't given out an opening date yet. So it looked like Windrock would be the place. Never been to Windrock. I've seen lots of videos. I've heard stories. Seen lots of carnage. I was stoked and terrified all at the same time. And since we'd been confined to Florida for the first half of the year, we thought, let's not just go to Windrock. Let's make a week of it and ride Pisgah too. So we loaded up all 4 bikes and hit the road. We're going to be meeting up with our friends Helliot, which is short for Heather and Elliot. You may have seen some of Heather's sick photos online or in certain publications, and if you watch the Berm Peak YouTube channel, you've seen Elliot fill in for Seth after he broke his bike at Canoga. Unfortunately, the first day in Pisgah did not go quite as planned. You see, we shuttled the first day, and actually we shuttled all the days. But the first trail was the last little bit of Upper Black, and then we went to Avery, so it got rowdy real fast.
That's a pretty big hit. This is such a chunky trail.
And after a short way down Avery, Nick had a front wheel washout that came with higher than usual consequences.
You good, dude?
Shit my teeth. Broke them.
How bad?
Bad. Both fronts.
They're gone?
No.
Let me see.
That's it.
Oh yeah, those 2 for sure. There's one. You want to keep that?
But aside from that, he was okay. Confidence most certainly shaken, and seeing that happen basically on the first trail of the trip, my eagerness to send big stuff was tempered a touch as well. It didn't seem to bother Elliot much though. That afternoon, we got Nick's lip stitched back together, and then the following day we rode Colo Bike Park. We figured some jump lines and a little freeride area would be just what we need to loosen back up. The highlight of Pisgah riding, though, was all 4 of us plus 1 riding Pilot, Buckwheat, and Bennett Gap for a nice 4,600-foot descent. Here are some highlights.
I love them. I mean, it's a magical thing. It looks like it's from a fairy tale. It's up. You guys ready to go down?
Whoa, buddy.
I know you guys are always looking for some single track sampler content, so let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a whole ride with Alex.
Where are you going?
Okay, so now you're caught up, and here we are, pulling into Windrock. This place definitely has a certain mystique about it. Its reputation of being the manliest place to ride a bike can be a little intimidating. And along with that, it feels like 60% of the video clips I see from Windrock include crashing, injuries from crashing, or broken bikes from crashing. You get a sense of what I need to work on in my mental game here? That berm's pretty legit right there. No wonder you can just kind of creep up on it and hit it from the berm.
That's why I was saying, just go high in the berm, no brakes, you got it.
Easier said than done, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
With my experience from Whistler, I wanted to start out riding a blue tech trail and run that same trail until I loosened up.
First lap Windrock. gonna be slow. It's gonna be easy. Probably gonna be scary anyway. First time on this bike. So we are on dropout currently. So not only is this bike a downhill bike, which I'm not used to riding, but the 29er, oh, that I just buzzed my saddle on. I have to raise that up. So there's a lot of things with this bike that are quite different for me. So yeah, my brakes are bedded in now. Okay, hang on a second. This is different.
First impression of Windrock's pretty legit, huh?
It is definitely legit. This is an easy blue trail.
Yeah. It's the easiest, I think.
Really?
Yeah, easiest blue tech.
There was one problem with that. The blue trail spit us out on Windrock's blue flow trail. And if you couldn't hear the air quotes, that's basically due to the conditions of that trail making it a little less than flowy. Though I suspect if I were willing to go a lot faster, it may have been a bit better. Again, Elliot didn't seem to have any problems with it. At any rate, we decided to move on to some other trails with steeper reputations, and to my surprise, I liked them a lot better.
You. Now we get into the steeps apparently. Oh yeah, she's steep. Whoa, steep and off camera spots. Too much rear brake, Joe. That by far and away steepest trail I've ridden to date.
Prior to today, we had shuttled about 6,000 feet of descending on gnarly Pisgah trails, and my upper body was feeling that abuse at this point. Even so, the Red Bull drop was the one feature at Windrock that I wanted to get under my belt.
Third time at a bike park. First time at a bike park since Whistler. And I am definitely not picking up where I left off at Whistler. It is definitely relearning everything. Everybody that's here, including me, thinks that I have what it takes to hit this Red Bull drop. And even though that might be the case, I'm not sure that that's going to happen. And this step up, I'm not sure everybody here thinks that I have that one. So I don't know if that's going to happen at all. But I think that my goal, which I'd love to warm up to with 2 days of riding here, would be to go ahead and send that thing. Hopefully that happens. If not, you'll never know because this clip probably won't make it in the video. We'll see. Does it get any more American than this? I think not. That's Elliot. It's a pretty normal thing for him to do that. Also, if you didn't pick up on what we're doing, we're here on a weekday and they're not running the shuttles, which is that truck right there that says Joe's no flats on it. But what we do is the four of us go up and then one person drives the trucks around and 3 people come down on their bikes. And then the next lap, somebody else takes the driving spot, and then so on and so forth. You keep rotating. Odd man out. Pretty simple. And it's pretty rad. For $10. Only $10 for the whole day from 8 until dark. I don't even know if I'll last that long.
And since we were self-shuttling, Heather offered to take Nick, Elliot, and myself up to the top of the rock to ride the trail called Windmill.
Top of Windrock.
The top of Windrock. The top of Windrock.
Upper
Windmill. Boom.
This one run would get us 2,200 feet of descending in just under 2 miles, which works out to about a negative 22% grade. For reference, a run down reach around is about 1,000 feet of descending in under a mile, or a negative 22% grade. So yeah, the whole place is steep. Like negative 22% grade is the average steepness, with it increasing to like negative 78% on some trails. It's crazy steep here.
She's steep, Nicholas.
I really wish the camera showed how steep everything is, and I know that it's because it's my first time, everything's really, really steep, and the next time I go, it'll just be a little bit more normal, but man, when the first time you go to this place, it is just so steep.
Right down to another road. This is rolling coal. Oh, sketch monster. You gotta use that front brake, otherwise you lose it with the rear. Shoot, it's where they pull the coal down. That's cool. Coal railroad tracks. Oh yeah, that's nothing, Nick.
Good job. That next one's kind of weird.
That looks sketchy. What the hell?
I have no idea how I caught my bike like this. Just don't ask me how I did it. I have no idea. It's just an instinct. Be like, all those rocks, carbon frame, don't let it fall.
Oh, that sucks. I was right here.
I can't believe I just rode that.
This is some serious tech out here. All kinds of offline.
I'm guessing you've heard of Horseface, but if you haven't, it's regarded as the steepest trail here at Windrock. And it might be the steepest trail on the east coast of North America. But we didn't ride it, and I'm not sure why we didn't at least go look at it. But Elliot did take us down the second steepest trail on the mountain called Caveman.
Gosh, it's so slow.
You get to Caveman from the trail called Cave Boy, a trail that Nick had ridden when it was my turn to drive. But neither of us had done Caveman.
Can't hardly pedal. Oh boy. Look at that, Jojo. concave man, which is apparently double. According to Eliana.
So it gets steep from here.
Oh, that wasn't steep?
No.
Okay. So now it gets steep.
This place is more steep than anything I rode at Whistler or anything I rode at Snowshoe Bike Park. It's hard to understand how steep it is until you go there and ride some of the really steep stuff.
Loads of grip.
Alright, last steep part.
I don't like that. I gotta go fast. Reel it in, Nick.
Go left.
Left!
Go left right here.
Whoa! Don't panic, Joe. Calm the f down. Well, this looks familiar. Oh yeah, you did that much better this time, Joe. Oh, that was fine. Nice. Phew. My triceps are torched. Yo.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. That's good.
At this point, it was getting late in the day and my mountain biking perspective had changed quite a bit already. So I decided to leave the Red Bull drop for day 2. My plan was to start letting go of the brakes and getting used to some speed, something which the Red Bull drop requires plenty of. Now, even though you don't have to work for it, you just need to be ready for it. And speed on day 1 was something that was scarce for Nick and I. I figured a good night's sleep, letting my brain catch up to the new perspective, and tackling it in the morning was a solid plan.
How are you guys feeling?
A little sore.
Shoulders sore.
Shoulders? Nicholas?
You chill.
You lie like a son of a bitch. You hurt like a motherfucker.
But here we are, barely warmed up, and day 2 had other plans.
Bye, guys. See you later. Y'all have fun. You know who's the smart one? Hey, girl.
I'm definitely coming back to Windrock, and I hope that in the future when I do, I'll be able to ride these trails rather than just experience them. Because let's face it, that's pretty much what I did this trip, is just experience these trails. But that's how our brains work. We have to get exposed to them, we have to experience them, we have to see them for ourselves, let our brains process everything, and then hopefully we can adapt and actually start riding them. And that'll be my goal. So until then, be good to each other, and thanks for watching.